Hello everybody and welcome back again to Dragon Age Inquisition. We are back in the Chantry Haven after returning from a very depressing, very unfortunate future that we saw in the last few episodes. A future that hopefully we will have prevented with our actions. I mean, technically it could still happen if we don't stop this mysterious Elder One from taking over the world. Oh, by the way, let me apologize in advance if you hear any honking noises in the background. That's just some celebrating football fans. As you may know, there's currently the European Cup tournament going on, the final stages of it. And it doesn't even matter who's playing or who's winning, because somebody is always going to win, and that means somebody is always going to celebrate. And since I live in a big city, you inevitably have peoples from all nations, and once their team wins, they'll take it to the streets and they'll make a lot of noise. But I hope my microphone won't be picking that up. But yeah, as I said, we have returned from the main mission and we managed to recruit the mages, and they will hopefully be able to close the breach. And yeah, recruiting the mages has provoked some very diverse reactions from my companions. So in this episode I will go and speak to all of them and to see what they have to say about that. But before I'll do that, I will check the war table, because there should be some missions that have returned, and maybe I have some new one. Let's see.
The Inquisition appreciates your assistance in this matter, Lady Corbin.
And my miners appreciate your business. You'll have your lyrium by the end of the week. I should tell you, Ambassador, the Chantry raised some fuss when they learned about our arrangement.
The Inquisition must certainly seem an audacious idea to the Grand Clerics. We hope to convince them it is a necessary one as well.
So is this our new source of lyrium? So we are buying it directly from the dwarves now. Interesting, so I guess the Chantry has just lost its monopoly. Anyway, yeah, we're going to talk to Josephine later. Let's quickly check the War Council. Right, there have been some missions that I started before the last main quest, and I see some new ones. Alright, yeah, I got some coin, fair enough, and improved stability. I have secured promises from several noble families. They have agreed to provide personal guards and other resources to the cause. We have played our part in closing the rifts. The nobles will now see the safety of those living on their lands. Will now see to the safety of those living on their lands. Yeah, that sounds fine to me. So we have some new stuff. And here as well. Alright, let's have a look at this. An ally from Starkhaven. Let's look at that. The Inquisition has received a missive from Starkhaven. Most cordial greetings. My name is Sebastian Weil, sole heir of the Weil Princess of Starkhaven. I recently retook the throne of this great city from those who thought to gain it through unjust means. Okay, so he apparently did go back and finally took his throne again. Alright. As most devoted adherent of the Chantry, I felt the loss of Most Holy Justinia V keenly. I too hoped for a resolution to the terrible conflict that claimed the lives of hundreds in Kirkwall and now threatens to claim all of Thedas. I extend Starkhaven's hand in friendship to the Inquisition. Together let us right the wrongs visited upon our world's Prince Sebastian Weil. And yeah, apparently Josephine is the only one who is interested in that task. So what does she say? I will send emissaries. Though the free marcher cities have always been independent, earning the support of the most prosperous ones may be to our advantage. Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Let us begin.
So what is this? Answer a request from Hasmal. Commander Cullen, I understand the Inquisition is working with Redcliffe's mages. I am surprised someone from Cogwell would condone any arrangement with them. Well, he wasn't happy about it. but it does put you in a position to aid us. Hasmal's circle sustained significant damage during the uprising. Rather than follow the Lord Seeker, many of our Templars elected to remain and deal with the aftermath, but our resources are limited. Furthermore, we have loyalist mages with us. Hasmal's people would happily throw them to the wolves, even though they had nothing to do with the rebellion. As it stands, I fear we may fail in our duty to protect them. I trust you sympathize with our predicament. I humbly request our charges be transferred to the Inquisition, Knight Commander Bryson. Alright, let's see. We can arrange safe passage from Hasmal and let the city's leaders believe they owe us a favor. Hostility towards mages remains, but there are ways to travel without drawing notice. We have a few Templars of our own. Hasmal's Templars will be comfortable working with them. They can ensure safe passage for the mages. Sounds all pretty good to me. And it's a good idea to bring in more Templars that are actually reasonable and not just, you know, like the Lord Seeker. Yeah, I mean, it was addressed to Cullen, and he is a Farseid, so I guess he can just have this job.
All right.
So, let me have a look at this. Grand Cleric Iona. While the Chantry is ostensibly the Inquisition's ally, a cleric has arisen as a leader of those who oppose it. Grand Cleric Iona of Cumberland has quietly gathered them around her, giving her an early lead in the race to become the next divine. Should she succeed, this could mean a resumption of widespread opposition to the Inquisition, as well as danger to the Herald of Andraste. She has rivals. We should pick one and give that cleric whatever ammunition we can muster against Grand Cleric Iona. Grand Cleric Iona has no secrets, but she is dangerous. She has hooked her wagon to this issue alone. We cannot let it take her to the Sunburst throne. She must be silenced. Of course, that's what Liliana would say. A display of force and a warning are all we need. She is not a fool and will realize the Templar Order no longer protects her. I'm not sure about Josephine. I mean, we let Josephine handle the Chantry the last time, and apparently it didn't work on this particular person. So I'm not sure if more diplomacy would help us. Cullen is a lot faster than the rest, but that may just be because his method is the bluntest of all again, of course. Yeah, she must be silenced. I guess what Liliana means is that we should kill her. I don't know. I may actually want to take Cullen for this. I don't know. Let me have a look at the other quest. A page from Travels of a Chantry Scholar lies on the table. This passage is circled. The region between Lake Celestin and the shores of the Waking Sea is known as the Heartlands. A place of vineyards and gilded marble estates the locals refer to as cottages. It is often said that Orlay's heart is plated with gold, and so it seems fitting that the Heartlands are perhaps the richest place outside of Val Royeaux. A note is written at the bottom of the page. Comte de Maurier and Marquis Courtemans both spending money like water. Which to pursue? Oh, this is a continuation of that quest that Vivienne gave us, right? What exactly was this about? It was about people spreading rumors about the Inquisition? And I guess one of those two people may be responsible for that. So what do my advisors say? Comte de Maurier is a distant relation of the Empress. We should speak with him first. We have agents in places near Courtemans now. We can infiltrate his manor at a moment's notice. Cullen doesn't care. Uh, hmm. I may actually pick Liliana for this. I know people always say I should just go for the fastest options, but I feel that there should be a little bit more to it than just look at the time and then blindly send them out. And I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, maximize my profits here. I kind of want to make decisions that I feel are the right ones, even if it means that I maybe miss out on some stuff. It's a blind playthrough, so it's inevitable that I make some wrong decisions. But I mean, that's going to be fine. I think I will have Liliana do this.
Let's see what we have.
And I'm probably going to wait for Cullen to return, and then he can send his soldiers to impress this cleric. Alright, I think that's all I can do for now, so let's leave. And yeah, I guess we can now go and speak to our companions and start with Josephine, since she's right over here.
I'll take my leave. Good day.
Who is she, Ambassador?
A merchant. I thought we should reach out to the dwarves to secure lyrium for the Inquisition's mages. According to Lady Corpin, it raised the ire of the Chantry.
How?
Access to lyrium makes us rather more formidable than anticipated. We're becoming a challenge. Sadly, the remaining Grand Clerics appear to be consolidating the Chantry's power, instead of comforting the masses.
The Chantry is incompetent. Yeah, it's kind of been this for years already.
Mage circles started falling years ago. The Chantry was troubled even before the Divine's murder.
Yet many people continue to bear it great love. We will not benefit from its decline. Little but the Chantry ties Orlais, Nevarra, Ferelden, Antiva, and even Rivain to a common cause.
Has the Chantry truly promoted such peace?
Andraste's chant is familiar across kingdoms, a source of many shared customs. That is the crucial point. Common ground is the start of all negotiations.
Yeah, you make it sound very easy.
So if everyone listens to the chant, things will be smooth as silk.
I did say commonality is merely a beginning, but it's an important one. We must learn to think beyond our own wants to secure peace in Thedas.
You sound too good to be true, Josephine.
How did someone so lovely and selfless go into Orlesian politics, Lady Montelier?
Well, that is, really, you give me too much credit.
Freya's trying to be smooth.
While you're here, I do have a question. The remaining Grand Clerics sent a missive inquiring about the events at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. They demand to know whether the Inquisition officially claims that Andraste saved you from the breach. If it were up to you, how would you reply?
How will you?
Will my answer change your reply to the Chantry?
If Leliana, Cassandra, Cullen, and I could agree on our official stance, I could answer that. We should decide soon. The revered mothers don't seem to know what to make of you.
Yeah, I still don't believe that she actually thinks she's holy.
I'd tell the Chantry I was saved by circumstance, not divine intervention.
Yet as rumors your Andraste's herald grow, the Grand Clerics may not believe such a humble reply. A difficult situation, and I thank you for your answer. A good day to you.
Alright. So, okay, we are here now. Do I have anything to turn in?
If you find anything, please bring it in.
Sure, I will. Okay, right, Vivienne is over here, so
Magic exists to serve
let's
man
speak
and
to her
never
next.
to rule.
If Fiona and her malcontents are joining us as allies, we need to be prepared. Abominations are inevitable. Cullen doesn't have enough Templars to handle incidents. Some of the rank and file need to be trained.
Yeah, sure, why not? But maybe we can keep it low profile.
Train our people, but keep it a secret. Let the mages think they're not being watched.
I like the way you think, darling. I'll have a word with Cullen. We are reliant on his people, absolutely. There has never been a greater threat to mages than the breach. Until it is closed, no one is safe.
I'm not as confident in them. I mean, then why did I recruit them? I mean, this is kind of pointless to say, is it? So, you don't trust mages?
You have a low opinion of your fellow mages.
It's not so much an opinion as grasping the obvious. Magic is dangerous, just as fire is dangerous. Anyone who forgets this truth gets burned.
I'm not sure if she would fully agree to any of that. That's just Chandra rhetoric. Winter doesn't think so. I agree with you. Yeah, I mean, sure, yes, magic is dangerous. A lot of things are dangerous. That's that much is clear. Bringing Winter in doesn't really seem like something she would do either. I guess I'm going to pick this. I mean, I think that she totally believes that Templars are necessary. I mean, if you have people who can do magic, it stands to reason that you also need people who can counteract magic. So, Templars, such as they are probably necessary. However, if we're talking about the whole circle system, then apparently something clearly went wrong there, because most obviously because nobody actually held the Templars accountable for following the rules that they apparently had. So we had situations like Kirkwall. So yeah, just, you know, putting the Templars in charge of the mages because mages are powerful, so let's put somebody even more powerful in charge of them, isn't going to solve anything. In that regard, it's not the solution, I guess.
You're right, but Templars are a poor solution.
They are men, and all men are flawed. That some fail does not mean that none should try. The fact remains that there is no cure for an abomination except death. Someone must strike the killing blow. Who shall lower the blade if not a Templar? Tell me something. You said once that you wanted to change things. What future would you build for mages?
Well, as I said before, Freya looks forward and never backwards. So I don't think she has an interest in restoring the circles, because that's something that's in the past and it has failed, so you don't go back and just use the same flawed system again. Plus, I mean, honestly, at this point, just if you honestly think you could just, you know, roll back time and send the mages back into the circle and put the Templars in charge of them, I think if you believing that would be very naive, because there is just too much has happened since then. I mean, the two sides have been at war, they have been killing each other, and now putting one of these groups in the charge of the other is just a recipe for disaster, because there must be a lot of bad blood, and a lot of Templars must be blaming mages for, you know, dead colleagues, and a lot of mages must be blaming Templars for dead friends. So the Templars will be even more distrustful and even harsher towards mages. Then the mages will probably be even more resentful against Templars. So just putting them back together in a circle and hope that it somehow works out is pretty much ridiculous. It's not going to work that way. So no, we don't need to circle back. That is just, it's not going to work. We need mages in the Chantry. That doesn't really say anything. I mean, the Chantry hasn't done anything about the situation. It just hoped that somehow it would just keep on working forever, because, you know, it has worked for such a long time, so why shouldn't it work for another few centuries? And they never even bother to think of alternatives and think of improvements, so this isn't really going to help anything either. It's just, you know, backwards thinking again. So I guess she will say mages should be free because she would not go for the other two options, and that's the only one left. So yeah.
Mages should be treated like anybody else.
And yet, however much we may wish it, we are not like everyone else. Anyone can see that a chevalier is armed and dangerous, and they can see when his blade is about to strike. But can you spot a mage coming? And if he arrives at your stoop, can he leave his magic at the door? It's something to consider, my dear.
Well, but I mean, you can't see a stealth rogue either, and you can't see his hidden blade, so I'm not sure what I think about that analogy. But yeah, let's go and speak to Liliana. She's right over here.
Really?
What are you doing there, Liliana? Come down there. Please come down there and let me talk to you. That is kind of awkward. Well, I guess I'm just
Your
talking to you
open
now.
support for the mages likely earned you enemies. Our agents will monitor the situation. If the most opposed can be identified, we may still turn this to our advantage.
No killing. This sounds kind of like slapping a little child on the wrist. You know, no killing, no killing. Yeah, I'm not afraid of them.
People can hate me if they wish.
That gets us nowhere. The Inquisition is young. We need to build our support. Regardless, I applaud you for the courage to stand up for the mages.
Right, I watched you die for me.
In Redcliffe, you sacrificed yourself so that I could return here.
Of course I did. One small life in exchange for a second chance at history. I always loved a bargain.
True, but it was still noble.
It was still a sacrifice, and still noble.
And I would do it again.
Alright. Any updates?
Anything I should know?
Altegan has returned to Redcliffe Castle and resumed his duties as Lord. The people are returning, slowly but surely. Unfortunately, our show of support for the mages has angered many.
Any other updates?
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
Alright, carry on then.
I'll leave you to your work.
Right, spoke to her. I guess the next one would be Sarah. Let's talk to her.
Well, that's mages all over. So many robes, I bet all of Ferelden lost their curtains. I'll just be the other side of Haven, just in case.
So, you don't like mages?
Do you have a problem with our new allies? With mages?
No problem with mages. I mean, you know some that are alright. My problem is magic. If mages sat on their hands, everything would be fine. I mean, yay, freedom. Great for them. Over there, away from me.
Alright. Yeah. I'm going to have a look at that
I'll be
later. I
back
think
if I
she
need
doesn't
you.
have anything else to say. Yeah, she didn't really have much to say about this, except that she doesn't like magic. Speaking of magic, why not talk to Solus next?
So we have gained the mages. Excellent. They should be able to seal the breach. You are certain you experienced time travel? Could it have been an illusion? A trick of the Fade?
No. I don't know, but what would be the point of that?
You think Alexius made an illusion of his own life going down in flames?
Point taken. What an amazing gift. It is vital the Inquisition succeed to avoid the future you witnessed.
I saw you there. I don't remember seeing him there. That is slightly confusing. But it was kind of terrifying to see what's going on there, so I guess I'll take this.
So many were dead. More had been corrupted. Knowing what will happen if we fail.
I suggest we not fail. Speaking of which, you should ready yourself.
For?
This Elder One. You have now interfered with his plans twice. Once at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and now again at Redcliffe. A being who aspires to godhood is unlikely to ignore such an affront.
True. We still need to deal with him. And yeah, I see Dorian over here. But I'm sure this will take a little bit longer. So maybe I'll leave him for next episode. and instead go and talk to my other friends. Right, Varric, what's your angle on all of this?
The Mage Rebellion joins the Inquisition. I've got to admit that's a twist I didn't see coming. One thing you saw in the future worries me. I mean, it was all bad. But Red Lyrium and Ferelden, infecting people and growing out of them, that's bad. Finding more of it really punches a hole in my Red Lyrium at the temple was a coincidence theory.
Yeah, there really was a lot of that Red Lyrium, and it wasn't really explained why and what it has got to do with the breach and all of that. So, how fast does it spread?
How long does it take for Red Lyrium to grow? How fast can it spread?
It took years to infect people in Kirkwall, but no one there was actually ingesting the stuff. This Elder One managed to take the worst thing I can think of and make it worse. That's an accomplishment.
So you think people were actually eating it? Yeah, either way, I guess we definitely have to eliminate it.
We can't leave a single piece of that lyrium out in the wild.
I'm with you on that. I've got people trying to find out where the red stuff came from. I think maybe we should make that a priority. But that's enough doom and gloom. You just won a big victory for the Inquisition. What are you going to do to celebrate?
Have a party. I mean, I don't think she's generally opposed to parties, but she's also very practically minded, so I guess in a situation like this, she would actually plan for what's next.
We can't know what's coming. Best not to get too comfortable.
I can't disagree with that. But maybe you should try to relax while you can. Things should be calm around here for at least the next hour. Take a moment to enjoy it. If the world's about to end, I'm sure the Seeker will let us know.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Freya may not be the best person at relaxing. I mean, she can if there's time to do so, but in a situation like this, I guess she is very much a workaholic. So, let's go out and have a look for our warrior friends. Cassandra is over here, so let's talk to her.
And what are we supposed to do, exactly?
What you always do. Complain.
We've already spoken with Commander Cullen. No one listens. We want better quarters. We want the Templars kept at a distance. And some respect for...
This is not the Circle. You mages are our allies, not our wards. Act like it.
How are we supposed to...
Deal with it. It never ends, evidently.
Well, that's the truth.
You don't need to tell me that.
I just don't know who told them I'm the one to yell at.
Is it that bad?
The mages are here as equals. They need to get used to what that means. It is your doing, after all. You created this alliance.
Well, I did my best.
I had to think on my feet, and I did what I could.
Oh. I do sound like I'm blaming you, don't I? I don't disapprove. In fact, you did well. You made a decision when it needed to be made. And here we are. I wish I could say this was my doing.
You're a flatterer.
You're flattering me.
I'm not. This always happens. Nobody ever takes my meaning.
You should see your face.
I'm thinking less flattering things now.
Cassandra's kind of cute sometimes.
Let's hope the breach has your sense of humor.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Alright, so we're over here now. Yeah, right. Maybe we should talk to Cullen as well, because he was not a happy panda when I turned up with an army of mages in my wake.
The mages are ready to approach the breach. I pray this will be enough to close it.
Yeah, give the mages a chance. Come on.
I know you're worried about having the mages here. Give them a chance to prove themselves.
I'm not questioning their ability or their intentions, but we cannot ignore the risks. I will not endanger the alliance you've created. We need their help. Any precautions taken will be to ensure the safety of our people and the mages themselves, nothing more.
Well, Cullen, you actually became fightingly reasonable. Anything I should know?
Is there anything I should know?
Not at present.
Alright, fair enough, that's all.
That's all for now.
Another time, then.
For some reason, I'm almost slightly disappointed that he isn't pissed off anymore, because when he was last episode, it was oddly sexy. Maybe I'm just weird, but... Okay, we have still some more people to talk to. Okay, I need to be careful about the angle in which I address the Iron Bull. I think this one should work out.
So, that Tevinter guy sent you into the future?
Well, barely. I'll protect you.
If you're worried about magic, I can protect you.
My blade pretty much protects me.
Perhaps I can do things your blade can't.
I don't know. It has blood grooves. Well, technically it's the Fuller, but blood grooves sound so much more violent. Anyway, I hope our new friends have what it takes to close the breach. Damn thing gives me a headache just looking at it.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so.
Good day to you.
Good day to you as well. Alright, Blackwall, this should be the last one. Stay here, Blackwall. I want to talk to you.
There was never going to be an easy answer to the mage dilemma. What you did for the mages took courage. You gave them a chance. Everyone deserves one.
That's all you have to say.
Yes?
Apparently it is. Okay, we'll talk later.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Right, so I think I've spoken to everyone minus Dorian, and I guess I could speak to him again. Let's see.
Nice work at Redcliffe. I could help the mages learn to work with Inquisition soldiers if you like. Not that the chief has any apostates in the group.
How can we use you?
Can you think of any other tasks suitable for the Chargers?
The Templars have holed up in Thorinfal Redoubt. No idea what's happening inside. I could have some of the boys poke around. If nothing else, we get a better look at the land.
Alright, goodbye.
We'll talk later.
Investigate Thorinfal Redoubt operation available. Oh, so I actually got an operation from that. That's pretty neat. Okay, yeah, but the episode is actually long enough already. So let's end it here, and in the next episode I will have a chat with our newest companion, Dorian. So thank you for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and see you again next time.